Hi there, I'm Emily, and we are going to do a Quickbase training together. Before we begin the training, there are two terms that you should be familiar with. The first is Quickbase. It's an online leads management system that tracks prospective students from lead to applicant. And a lead is a prospective student, someone who is interested in taking the YogaWorks teacher training. I'll use that word a lot. Let's go. So the first step to accessing Quickbase is to receive this invitation, which you'll get from your YogaWorks Teacher Training Program Advisor. So once you receive this invitation, you're going to want to click on this link, Teacher Training Leads. Once you click on that link, you'll be taken to Quickbase, and your profile will already be partially filled in with the email address you gave your YogaWorks Teacher Training Program Manager. So all you need to do now is pick a password. Please choose a password that you are going to remember. At YogaWorks, we do not have the capabilities to retrieve or reset your Quickbase password. You're going to want to put in your first name and last name. And then check that you've read and agreed to the Quickbase Terms of Service. I'm not going to go over those. However, if you would like to, just click on this link here once you start filling out your contact information, and you can read them. Once you've done that, just click register. And voila, you are in Quickbase. So this is the Quickbase dashboard. It's the home page for teacher training at Quickbase. But let's say that you are not entering from here. More often than not, you'll be entering from somewhere else on your web browser. So we're just going to do a little experiment. So say you're at the New York Times. You're reading up on today's news, and now you want to go to Quickbase. You'll simply go to your browser bar up top and type in www.quickbase.com. You can do this from any computer, Mac or PC, any web browsing system. You'll be taken into its home page. From there, you want to go to sign in over here where you'll see the golden padlock. So click on that. And here's where you're going to enter in the email address and password that we just created. So here we go. Now, I highly recommend that you check this box, which will keep you signed in on this computer. That means when you next time type in quickbase.com, it will take you directly to the home page. Unless you're using a public computer, such as one on your front desk at your studio, I highly recommend you keeping this button checked, especially if there's going to be more than one person at your studio who's going to want to look at Quickbase. Then you sign in. So you're then taken to this page, which is our YogaWorks Quickbase page. We only have one application, so you're going to want to go over here and click on this cylinder icon from Teacher Training Leads. All right, and so here we are back again at the YogaWorks Quickbase dashboard. So all of your permissions are linked to your home city. So if you look on the side, these are all the different reports we have. If you look down under exports, you'll notice there are several reports for each of the cities that we hold in export teacher training. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to your city. For the purposes of this training, the permissions for this login are set to Boston. So I'm going to want to go to exports-Boston. Because my permissions are tied to Boston, I'm only going to be able to view information for students who have selected Boston as their location interest city. We'll get into that a little bit more in detail later on. To get back to the home page from any point, you can click this black button with a little house on it. Now, the reports that you have access to include all exports shop hot, exports dash your city, and leads week by week. So now that you're here in Quickbase, the next question is, how do leads get here? Well, the majority of the leads that come into Quickbase will come through this page on the yogaworks.com website. This page is under Teacher Training and then Contact Us. So students that come through our website include people who have seen our Yoga Journal ad, our Google keyword buys, our Yoga Journal directory, our Yoga Alliance listings, and our Yoga Journal online ads. So all of these fields here are optional. It's important to note because any information that you get in Quickbase has been voluntarily left by a student. So let's add someone. These fields are 99% of the time going to be filled out. When people go online to learn about our training, they're very accustomed to using email and being online, so you're pretty much guaranteed they'll leave you an email address. Now, I'd say about 85 to 90% of our leads also leave a phone number. Please remember that all of these fields are optional, which means if someone leaves a phone number, they're all right with you calling them. Right? You're not going to be cold calling a student. You're going to be ringing them back because they are requesting information. Product interest. Most of you only host our 200-hour training. However, you may see students come to Quickbase who indicate they're interested in the 300-hour training or other. Please treat these students as if they inquired about the 200-hour training. Very often, students are confused as to the difference between our 200 and our 300-hour training. Just to make sure that you are clear as well, please refer to the Frequently Asked Questions document forwarded to you by your YogaWorks program manager, where there's written details on the difference between these two programs. Location interest. This is how we're going to be able to filter this lead into your funnel. So, since we're working with Boston, we're going to choose Boston. When do you want to start the program? Gives an indication of how hot this lead is. If someone puts within 1 month, although you may not be hosting our program for another 6 months, that just means that this student is particularly anxious to find out about this training. They really want you to call them back right away with information. On the other end, someone who puts within 1 year is looking more casually at the program. We still want to get back to them right away. However, this helps you manage your expectations as to whether or not the student will convert into an applicant this time around. Let's put within 1 month for our lead. This next field, how did you hear about YogaWorks teacher training, is very important to us. By choosing one of these options, we're finding out how we're spending our marketing dollars, what our most effective channels are of reaching our target audience. Most of our inquiries come through google.com, yogajournal.com, the Yoga Journal magazine, and then the last two are split between with referred by a YogaWorks teacher training graduate and referred by my yoga teacher. If you get a lead in Quickbase and you do not see this field filled out, please inquire of that student where they heard about us. It's just going to help us refine the individual marketing plan your program manager has made with you so that we can get the maximum number of students in the training, ensuring spreading great yoga first and foremost, and then also helping everyone's bottom line. So for our test Boston lead, we're going to say that she heard about us through Yoga Journal magazine. Once a student clicks submit, that information is automatically sent to Quickbase. So let's go look at our Exports Boston funnel. Again, your funnel will be exports-your city. We advise that you check it every single business day. So this funnel is organized by level of contact that you've had with that lead, that prospective student. As you can see here in line 2, that test lead we just entered in on the website has already appeared in Quickbase. It's pretty darn instant. So the fields that you're given here are first name, last name, phone, email, last contact date, most recent contact lead status, any notes you've taken, and the date created. Date created is the date that that person went to our website and was entered into Quickbase. So all of your funnels are sorted in the exact same way. You all have the exact same default columns. So as you can see, we have empty, which means 0 contact status, and then through initial email, left message 1. Normally there's a left message 2 and 3. It then goes to shop. Shop is by far our largest category, as you can see. After shop, we have applied. Sometimes we'll have shop hot in here, which we'll talk about, dormant, and then closed. So let's take a closer look as to what each of these contact levels means, how you approach the students at each level, and when you approach them.